Have I ever actually met who I am independent of experience? If you had never experienced anything in your whole life, would you know who you are? Would you have a sense of self? And would that sense of self feel like you? Do you know how to feel like yourself? Do you know what that feels like? It's so dependent on body-mind navigation. The self hasn't really had a chance to meet itself independent of experience. And so this is an amazing opportunity for the self to meet itself independent of experience, for aspects of consciousness and the divine essence of the soul to actually come face to face and eye to eye with parts of the self and actually see these parts of the self and meet them and get to know them independent of experience and independent of the automations in the body-mind. Because if we're experiencing all of reality and our own sense of self dependent on body-mind navigation and regulation, then the self never has a chance to be within its own existence without being affected by that body-mind navigation. It's time that I know what's going on inside of my own being. I live inside of this being all of the time. I should probably find out what is actually happening inside of my own being beyond awareness in every nanosecond, because it's like affecting my entire experience of myself in reality, but I don't actually have a way to directly look inside of my body-mind and figure out what's happening in every moment that's affecting the navigation and regulation of my own existence. I should probably find out what's happening. We're just looking at the reflection of the projection of navigation from its information. A lot of times the body-mind doesn't have associations with its own self as the primary reference point for its own inner existence and realities. And so it's almost like getting a sneak peek at the quality of your life moving forward, because so much of our experience is about how consciousness is flowing through the navigation and regulational structures of the body-mind. Allows us to explore how the body-mind is navigating its own projected reflection through its informational content and connectivity. And we can unveil the quality of navigational patterns. Simultaneously, we are coming face to face with parts of consciousness. The essence of self exists and operates independently of brain-body structures. And so through the colored region of the eyes, we're actually intimately eye-gazing with parts of the self who exist independently of the brain-body wiring that we are unveiling. And so we're coming face to face with parts of the self while unveiling the content and connectivity throughout trillions of navigational body-mind networks organized in relation with those 5 elements that I just described. And so the essence of consciousness exists and operates independently of brain-body structures, but when you look in the colored region of your eyes, you can directly perceive the essence of consciousness, the essence of the soul, the essence of the self. And so you're meeting these parts of the self in a way you've never met before, and you're unveiling the content and connectivity of trillions of body-mind navigational patterns. And in this process, the subconscious unveiling journey resculpts a foundational layer of unconscious memories, which can help rewrite existing data that doesn't navigate life effectively. And among its potentials, it can actually help to process unprocessed experience or complete incomplete action patterns. So it resculpts a foundational layer, only ever improving it. It's not like it's going to take a layer of good stuff and like knock it down a notch or anything like that. You're not going to like erase something that's there or anything. That's not how it works. But it's going to just give it a new foundational layer where there's this extra data of well-being. Okay, it's kind of like if you're, working on a foundation of something and you're like, let me just add this extra layer of support. Let me just add this like extra layer of comfort and ease and well-being. Let me add this extra layer of stability and solid connection. And let me just add this extra layer of like magical flow and like yesness. Okay, so you're adding a foundational layer into the unconscious memories that navigate existence. Simultaneously, you are also reunifying parts. You're activating regions of the body, mind, and parts of the self that you haven't connected with. There's different parts of the self flowing through that information. So you're coming face to face, eye to eye with those parts of the self while unveiling hidden secrets about the body mind. And then while you're resculpting this foundational layer of unconscious memories, you're also reunifying those parts of the self. Those parts over here and those parts over here, like, oh my God! Whoa! Like, I've never met you before, and I didn't know that, because these realities exist like way deeper than the conscious mind could ever possibly fathom. Like, you can have complete mind-body connection and still not be fully unified with parts of the self, because it's about the content and connectivity of trillions of navigational networks in the body mind and how the parts of the self are flowing through that beyond awareness. And so in this process, you're coming eye to eye with parts of the self while unveiling these secrets of the body mind, and then you're resculpting a foundational layer of those unconscious memories and navigational patterns, and you're actually reunifying self aspects. You're allowing these parts of consciousness, these aspects of the self, to meet each other in a way that they have never gotten to experience before. Explicit, implicit sense of self, masculine, feminine energies of, divine consciousness flowing through the body, mind, navigational structures, and the navigational centers in relation with attachment needs, which also correlate with the masculine, feminine, paternal, maternal energies and explicit, implicit self-sense and experience. And then a brand new way of exploring mind, body, spirit, unification or connectivity, unity, and the navigational patterns that might be within the experiences of the mind through conscious and subconscious mind connection, and the patterns of navigation that might be deeper in the connection of the unconscious mind and the unconscious body, and then all the trillions of navigational networks in the landscape between those two worlds. And so if there's something unique happening in the mind or something unique happening in the body, this is a brand new way to kind of unveil those hidden inner realities and understand them in a new light, in a new way, in a deeper resonance. And of course, you're meeting parts of the self flowing through that information in a way you've never known. You're meeting masculine and feminine energies in a way you've never known. You're meeting explicit and implicit self-sense in a way you've never known. You're meeting the navigational structures of attachment well-being in a way you've never known. You're meeting this mind-body-spirit unification as mind and body connecting conscious, subconscious, unconscious landscapes in a way you've never known.